that it was ethically right for social media to check people because you had people that didn't know anything about science and decided that they were going to put out whatever lies or propaganda or conspiracy theories they wanted to, and people died. At some point in time, we have to evaluate.
Fact checking. You know what fact checking is truly supposed to be in this country? The First Amendment, not some expert who can sit on and look at posts and tweets and different things and say, oh, that's not factual, take it down. That's not how it works.
This didn't go how Jasmine Crockett planned, not even close. She walked in talking about facts and walked out getting a full constitutional lesson she couldn't answer. Hit like, subscribe, and stay sharp, because this
that it was ethically right for social media to check people because you had people that didn't know anything about science and decided that they were going to put out whatever lies or propaganda or conspiracy theories they wanted to, and people died. At some point in time, we have to evaluate what is factual. And I know that facts hurt y'all, and I just wish we could get on the same page, but we do know during the presidential election that the president would not go and participate in anything if fact-checking was going to be a part of it, because he didn't want to be fact-checked. We know that the vice president got upset in his vice presidential debate when he was fact-checked. It used to be a time in this country that we as members of Congress or elected officials thought that it was okay to just tell the truth. Instead, we're pushing conspiracy theories, and some of them are killing people. It's the same thing that we have coming out of Doge. It's the reason that people are dying. It's the reason that farmers are losing their farms, because we continue to peddle conspiracy theories. It is time for us to say, Mr. President, guess what? Russia invaded Ukraine. Can we at least agree on that one? Facts matter.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a point. We've talked, generally, the previous speaker talked about factual information. We've talked about fact-checking. Fact-checking. You know what fact-checking is truly supposed to be in this country? The First Amendment, not some expert who can sit on and look at posts and tweets and different things and say, oh, that's not factual, take it down. That's not how it works. Fact-checking is the First Amendment. Someone says something stupid, and that happens every day in this Congress. Someone says something crazy. Someone says something that's not quite true, not quite accurate. You know what the fact check is? Someone says something else, and you have debate. That's what we do in this committee every day. And this is the committee who's supposed to protect that fundamental fact. Real fact-checking is the First Amendment. Our Supreme Court has been clear about that. You don't like certain speech, the best speech for wrong speech is more speech. The best speech for false speech is true speech. That's how it works. You have a debate, and you trust we, the people, to figure it out, not some expert who's going to fact-check every tweet, every post, and we saw this in the Biden administration. We're seeing it in Europe now. We're seeing it in Brazil. That was the first bill we dealt with from the gentleman from California, his good legislation that we all agreed on. We're going to work on and put a good bill on the floor. So that's the key. That's what and we know it happened because, again, we had the guy who runs one of the biggest companies in the world, most successful tech companies in the world, tell us it happened. We had on the third day of the Biden administration an email from the White House to Twitter saying, take down this tweet ASAP. The government telling a business to take down a tweet, and the tweet, ironically, was from RFK Jr., who was going to be running for president against the guy in the White House. So he was saying, take down the speech of my opponent. That's not how it's supposed to work in this country. That's what we're concerned about. That's why it's in our oversight plan. And if you want additional things to look at, again, put them in your viewpoints. We're happy to accept them. We'll take everything Mr. Raskin has said today, everything the gentlelady from Texas has said today. We'll take everything the Democrats said. You want to put all that in your plan? Put it in your plan.
Jasmine Crockett steps up and tries to make a bold argument that social media should be policing speech, that fact-checking by platforms is necessary, that misinformation is dangerous and even deadly. Now pause. That sounds serious, and in some ways it is. But then Jim Jordan responds and completely flips the conversation. He doesn't dodge, he doesn't deflect, he goes straight to the core issue. What is fact-checking in America? And his answer is simple. It's not tech companies. It's not government agencies. It's not so-called experts flagging posts. It's the First Amendment. That's the argument. In the United States, bad speech isn't crushed by authority. It's challenged with more speech. Wrong ideas get exposed through debate. False claims get corrected in the open. Not silenced, not erased, debated. That's the system. And Jordan makes it crystal clear. You don't like what someone says? Say something back. That's how a free country works. Then it gets even more serious. Because this isn't just theoretical. Jordan points to something that actually happened. Government officials pressuring social media companies to take down posts, specific voices, even political opponents. Think about that. The people in power telling private companies to silence speech. That's not fact-checking. That's control. And that's where Crockett's argument starts to collapse. Because once you hand over the power to decide what's true, who decides? A bureaucrat? A tech executive? A political appointee? And what happens when they get it wrong? Or worse, when they use it on purpose? That's the danger. And that's the line Jim Jordan draws. Not emotional, not loud, just direct. The First Amendment isn't optional. It's not flexible. And it doesn't disappear because someone labels speech as misinformation. Meanwhile, Crockett keeps pushing the narrative, but she never answers the core question. Who gets to control the truth? Because once that door opens, it doesn't close. And that's why this moment matters. This isn't just about one exchange. It's about a bigger shift. Control versus freedom. Censorship versus debate. And in this round, Jordan didn't just respond. He reset the entire argument.